Welcome to DZR, episode 5 of the Dark Zone Report. I'm Dan Thrax, I'm your host for the evening. We've got a great special Valentine's Day show for you tonight. Let's go around the horn and see who we have. First up, Golden Grams. What's going on, Graham?
What's up? Happy Valentine's Day to you and yours.
Thanks, buddy. Oh, you were saying to the listeners or to me personally?
Well, you included in that, but yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Next up, we got returning since his first appearance on the first show, where he treated us all to the lovely visuals of him reclining in a hotel room. Pretzel Poncho. What's going on, Pretzel?
Hey, not much. It's good to be back hanging out with you guys. Little hiatus here.
Yeah, good to have you, man. Welcome back. And last, we have Golden Boy, who has like a neck full of beads right now. I think he's fresh back from Mardi Gras. We're not going to ask how you got those. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Happy Valentine's, everyone, and I hope you had a good one. Or I hope you're going to have a good one.
Yeah, and actually, we should say right at the jump here, in case it seems like we're whispering or talking a little softer than we normally do, we're actually recording this podcast at 12:30 at night for those of us on the East Coast, with wives and kids and girlfriends and everything in the house, and so we're doing our very best not to wake everybody up. So, yeah, in any case, it is officially Valentine's Day, I guess, guys, and I guess I just wanted to start this off. You know, I know a good portion of our audience may not have ever known the touch of a woman, but I think it's worth just talking a little bit about our Valentine's Day plan. So, Golden, what do you got going on for Valentine's Day for that special lady?
Well, I got to work tomorrow night, but
nothing. Happy Valentine's Day.
I have nothing happening. Yes, I will be serving other people drinks all night long for Valentine's Day.
Now, is there a special Valentine's Day cocktail that tends to be big?
Absolutely. Anything to do with chocolate, strawberry, raspberry. Now everybody's doing pomegranate shit. So, yeah, those are very popular right now.
2 minutes in, and I already have to bleep you, dude. You make my job so difficult. You know that.
I am so sorry.
I should just give up. I should just give up and start marking the podcast explicit on iTunes.
I totally forget that. Yeah, my bad. Sorry about that.
That's all right, man. That's all right. That sounds so nothing at all. Did you gonna get to spend a little time during the day at least?
Yeah, I'll hang out with her for a little while, but I got something planned for her for the next weekend because it'll be slow, and then we'll get. We're looking at some hotels and stuff like that, so it'll be good. I'll do something, just not tomorrow.
Nice, man. And baby's doing good.
Baby's great, man. Baby's amazing. It's an amazing thing.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right, let's. This next guy's known as a master of romance. Pretzel, you got anything going on for Valentine's Day?
No.
Beautiful.
We're going to go with our tradition of not doing anything. It just doesn't usually work out. The timing, I forgot until it was too late, and now to reserve something in anywhere I'd want to would be too late. Also, we don't like people.
Right.
So we just kind of hang out at home. I think last time was the first time we tried to do something, and we went to a friend's house and attempted to make queso, but basically just burnt the crap out of a lot of cheese.
Got it. And
so probably either that again or less than that. Yeah.
Less than that. I like it. Golden Grams, what do you got going
on? You know, the usuals. Nothing too crazy. Etsy, though, I got to tell you, man, you can find any kind of crap you need on Etsy for the lady folk.
It's a handcrafted Valentine's Day at the Golden Graham Castle.
Yeah, you got gloves with like heart, you know. Oh, hold on, can't do a heart. Yeah, there we go, heart.
Yeah, it's late.
Yeah.
Nice. So I actually, we're not doing anything crazy. I think, probably do like a nice steak dinner or something, and then at home I'll get out there and grill in the sub-zero temperatures here on the East Coast. Yeah, but it's funny. The actual gift I got my wife was a couple of loaves of bread from this local bakery she wanted me to try out. So for all you guys looking for the absolute way to win points, loaves of bread, I'm telling you.
Food,
All right.
carbs.
Food, carbs, exactly. Nothing says I love you like
I hope this goes straight to your hips, baby.
Yeah, that's enough of that, I think. Hey, real quick, guys, want to do some show news. As you know, we've talked about it the past couple of weeks. We have a new home for the stream. It's been working out great. We've been able to kind of field as many listeners as want to hear us, and we're actually creeping up on 1,500 downloads in February already, which is just phenomenal. But yeah, man, the new home is working out great. One of the things that has come with that is some costs that we hadn't originally planned for when we were starting to do the podcast. And we know some of the listeners have been asking if there's ways that they can support us. And so what we did is we set up a GoFundMe site. So you go to GoFundMe.com/DarkZoneReport. If you like the show, you dig it, you want to help support it, cover some of the costs, that would be great. We've also got some really ambitious things that we would like to do, depending on funding, including getting a website up and possibly an app and things like that. So if you're into the show, you want to support it, that's the way you can do it. We've got some other kind of things coming in the future here shortly. That'll be other ways you can support the show if you want. Hint, there may be some DZR swag in your future. So unfortunately, we couldn't get that out for Thanksgiving. For Valentine's Day, that would have been clearly the perfect gift. But
of course,
we'll let you guys know about that. Other than that, not a whole lot of show news. I think we should just jump right into the topics for the night. All right, so the first thing, we've talked about it quite a bit in the past weeks. There is an open beta coming up next weekend. Folks are going to get a chance to play the Division. And Ubisoft actually released a bunch of patch notes about how this version is going to be different than what we played a couple of weeks ago. And, we're not going to go through every one because it's a pretty lengthy list, but we did want to talk about a couple things and just kind of bat it around. So, Graham, do you have that list of the patch notes?
Oh yeah, there's about 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of patch notes here on the open beta that is coming soon, February 18th, 19th starting. Version 1.01 to be exact. So yeah, we're gonna take a look through here and talk about some of the most interesting things. Some of the things in here specifically say they're due to feedback from the past betas, and other things seems to be bug fixes and or enhancements to other things that people have kind of talked about or that they already said are coming.
Yeah, we did talk about last week. From what we understand, it's going to be, if you've already downloaded the beta, you're just going to have an update that you need to download. And I saw some different things on what the size is going to be. I think it's around, any of you guys see the size on that? I think it's around 2 gigs, something like that. So somewhere in that neighborhood. So yeah, Graham, if you got the list, man, why don't you just, let's just pick out a couple of points and then we'll talk them through.
Awesome. So first one, there's going to be a new mission available to play, the Subway Morgue. So we did experience a little bit of the cleaner fight, but this is going to have a complete cleaner mission. It's going to be a little kind of on that, bringing in that apocalypse, end of the world feel. There's going to be the mass grave that you have to explore while trying to get power back to the city. And you're also trying to find that engineer who the cleaners have captured. So I think that's cool. Great, new mission. I know that, we talked about it before, but we played that one mission a lot of times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what you guys think, but what are you hoping for this mission? Are you hoping it's more of the same, or are you hoping a little different spin on it?
I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the cleaners. I think, like you said, we got to see them a little bit, but getting a chance to kind of see how they operate as a group, what the AI is like in terms of movement. If there's a mission, there'll be at least one named boss, which should be really cool. And I'm glad just to get another mission. Like you said, we played that other one to death, and so it's going to be good to get a chance at another setting and another group of enemies.
Yeah, totally. Golden, what do you think about the new mission, the Cleaners?
I think it'll, like I said, if the mechanics work out well and it's not too glitchy or anything. But I mean, anything that has to do with Division right now, I'm all about it. Just from playing the beta and then hearing I haven't read the patch notes just yet, but from what I hear, the stuff that they're fixing is pretty much most of my gripe. So, the fact that they're actually just taking into effect, other people's gripes, that they're going to change it, and that's a real positive sign.
Yeah, agreed. I think the other really cool thing about it, man, is that we don't know exactly what the mission's going to look like yet, but it at least sounds from the title that we're going to be underground, which is, I don't know, man. I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be great.
Definitely. So the next patch note, which I think is another little taste of some of the info, which I'm incredibly excited about, is you are able to unlock an additional wing in your BOO, that is the base of operations, BOO. Yes, I will be calling it my BOO, in the spirit of Valentine's.
My baby, my boo.
Yeah, my BOO.
Now, is that a community accepted term, or did we just coin that right here on the Dark Zone?
No. I've heard that on several other Division related podcasts and
calling it their boo.
Yeah, calling it the boo. I think it was on actually the Ubisoft's SoundCloud podcast.
Nice.
Nice. So they're going to upgrade the first upgrade of the tech wing will be available, and with that comes the turret. So that's going to be a lot of fun to play with that.
Yeah, I thought some people had the turret. No one had the turret in the beta?
No, not in the
really?
In the beta.
What about all those videos? There were some kids that had videos that had some turrets out.
Yeah, I think that came from a capture event that they did between the alpha and the beta. There was a couple of capture events where they brought a bunch of media in. I think that's where a lot of that footage was coming from. You're right, though. We definitely saw it.
Yeah, I thought I saw it in the beta, but I guess I didn't.
I was just a really short agent that stood still.
Just glitching underneath in the subway with his head up, like looking around sewers.
I'm psyched about the turret, man. I think the turret's going to add a whole kind of different dynamic. It totally changes the way you can play. I know, Pretzel, you were when we were first kind of talking about the turret being possible, you had some ideas about some different strategies and things you could do with it.
Yeah, it's definitely opens up a couple paths for tactical play, making your team larger than it really is, if that's how you wanted to do it. Just use those to suppress and flank with your buddies.
Do you guys think the turret is going to be more helpful in PvE, or do you think PvP Dark Zone, the turret is actually going to be worth it?
Both. I think that, just as Pressel just said, the whole flanking thing, and I mean, if you remember, that's all this game is really about. Just like what Mr. T always said, always be flanking. And I feel like that this game is exactly that. The tactics that I saw in the beta, with one guy sniping at the very top to lure you in, and you got two other guys running by you, and you're like, okay, well, they're not going to shoot me. That's fine because they're not with this guy. They're just going to do their mission, and the next thing you know, you're getting shot back in the back of the head. So just some really good tactics that I saw, and I think the turret will definitely bring another element to that, to always be flanking.
Yeah, and I'm really interested to see effectiveness-wise, what's the range on the thing? What's the damage? How accurate is it going to be? I mean, I think all of that is going to play into how it's used. I mean, you only get two of the skills, right? Plus your signature skill, and so I mean, I don't know. For me, it was actually interesting. There was a video that Ubisoft put out this week that showed someone mounting a turret on top of mobile cover. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but they basically combined the two skills and put out the mobile cover, the shield, and then the turret went right on the top of it, which was kind of an interesting thing. They were kind of using it just to basically double up the rounds that they were putting down range. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think it's going to be similar to some other games we've seen. The fan base is going to get really creative, and we'll see how the developers deal with that. Um, might break some things that need to be fixed, or maybe it'll work, and we'll get to have fun with the things that we want to have fun with. But yeah, as far as the PvP or like Dark Zone uses versus PvE, I think with that specific perk, people are gonna find figure out how to use the turret in PvE pretty quickly, and it'll be established like, hey, this is the most effective way to use it against an AI opponent,
Yeah.
unless they really are have that much of an ability to change, which I haven't seen that yet. But the PvP is where it's going to really come in. Like, it's going to depend who you're playing against. You run into like a pack of noobs, you're probably going to be able to set it up and do your thing, utilizing them to their fullest potential. But run into some guys who know what they're doing. They're going to see your group of turrets or however you're using them in baited ambush, or using them as something to support while you go around on these guys. They'll probably figure it out a lot faster and neutralize the ability for you to use them as effectively.
Yeah, and we know too that one of the grenades, there are EMP grenades that will actually kind of neutralize the turrets and things like that. So it'll be really interesting to see the kind of interplay between those items.
Which I think that'll come down to being the faster team, the more coordinated team, and having the better foresight to how ability to predict the other guys, and getting your method done before they will with theirs.
Yeah, absolutely. What else we got on the notes, Graham?
Yeah, so that is it on the kind of just open beta specific notes. The bigger things, which kind of are game wide and specifically for the open beta, are actually the rest of it is pretty much the Dark Zone related. The two biggest things that coming out of the Dark Zone to me, so number one, there's more enemies in the Dark Zone, so more NPCs in the Dark Zone. I think in our community survey and a lot of the other things, people are really wanting more bad guys to fight, thus more loot to drop. And I think we kind of experienced the same thing. You could kind of be walking around and walk 4 or 5 blocks and not find any bad guys at all, NPCs anyway. So there's going to be more of them, which I think is going to be a good thing. Significantly increase the number, as all the patch notes says. It doesn't give a percentage or anything like that. The other thing, which is also a huge thing that we kind of experienced, is it's kind of an in-between of Rogue. So it's a warning icon. So if you accidentally are just shooting an NPC and someone steps in front of you and you shoot that person, and you don't do enough damage to that person, another player, then you'll kind of get a warning versus immediately going rogue, which I think we all happened to us. And now all of a sudden you're rogue and you didn't mean to be, and now you're a target and you get lit up, and now everyone's attacking you. And so I think that's going to be a really great change. As far as the Dark Zone goes. And there's a couple of other things, but what do you guys think of those two big changes?
Oh, I think the NPC thing is clutch, man. I felt the same way. A lot of people have said it. The Dark Zone, when I first went in, I didn't see any other players. I didn't see any NPCs, and I was just, it had been hyped like this is going to be the, you're taking your life in your hands every time you step into the dark zone, and then like you said, you could just kind of wander around like am I on like a sightseeing tour here, or like what's going on. So I mean I'd like that place just packed, full of enemies. I think that's going to be good for it for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. Those two notes are extremely huge. That was a real big thing as we were walking around, and then you team up with a guy and you accidentally shoot him, and you don't even really realize it. The next thing you know, you're lit up and you're carrying around legendary gear ready to extract, and now you're in a firefight and you're running.
Yep.
That happened, so I think I think this patch is going to be good, especially if they change the rogue status to where if you go out of bounds and come back, you die, or however what they're going to do that.
I'm interested to see how much damage it actually, like what it actually takes to go rogue. Like how do they measure intent to harm?
Right.
Or is it just going to be like some percentage, or more than one burst, or I don't know how they're going to do it.
Like two shotgun shots, and obviously this guy wants
Yeah.
to kill me, but it's too late at that point. It's it's like, oh shit,
beep.
Yeah.
That's two. It's all right.
Sorry.
It's late. It's all right.
Sorry.
It's late.
Yep.
No, you're doing. And I think that's like we all know, right? Where, yeah, dude, you just shot me with a shotgun twice in the face. Like I think
we're fighting now. Like he's trying to take my stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more in the gray areas where you're playing with a guy that just has terrible aim.
Right. That's not very good. He's your support guy. That's your medic guy.
Yeah. I'll hang in the back.
Yeah.
And support you guys, and then all of a sudden
and his shooting all over the place. He can't even hold his sight down.
Or
that would be me on a 2:00 raid. Yeah, that'll be me.
Or like another guy, Beard, always says, like, "Why'd you get in front of me?" Everyone just walks in front of him all the time, apparently. I don't know why.
Well, he never brings up that the reason people can get in front of him is because he's hanging back to snag their kills. I mean, that's well documented.
He's sniping. He says that's what he says. We love you, bud. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. Hey, if you miss the show, then you're full game. It's fair game on your play style. No, I think. Yeah, I'll be really interested to see exactly how they kind of tweak that. You can kind of tell too. That's going to be one of those things that they dial in and out, as they check it out, as they see kind of what's happening. But I like both those changes. I think both of them are great for kind of the Dark Zone experience.
Totally. Bunch of other ones too that I found interesting. Golden, to your point. The biggest thing I saw in here, which I think is kind of talking to that, is like cheat detection and prevention additions and updates. So I think they're addressing all of the people going invisible and all that other kind of crap that was happening.
They were going Hollow Man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There are new high-end weapons available. So there was, I think before then, there was 2 legendary weapons that you could get in the closed beta. So there's going to be more high-end beta weapons that you can get. Sadly, they will not carry over, but at least you can get them for 3 days.
Well, we'll get a taste at least. You know what I mean? It's one of the things. It was funny because there's been a lot of videos this week. Videos that have come out about different things and building loadouts and stuff. I didn't feel like I had enough after that beta to really kind of get a feel for that stuff. I was really just enjoying playing the game. So I'm kind of looking forward to, I don't know, another chance at it. I think I'm going to pay a little more attention this time around to attributes and weapons and things like that than I did the first pass.
Yeah,
and I think that's what the game is actually trying to do. I think they're trying to say, okay, so, and I hate, again, I'm going to start it off, referencing Destiny. It started off, it didn't have a big variety of guns, and but I think Division is getting it right by saying, okay, well, we're gonna have a bunch of guns, but any of them could have an ability or something that's going to make your loadout better. So, yeah. I mean, you're looking at infinite possibilities, which makes the game just from what we've seen, I'm excited. I think the changes they're making, I cannot agree more.
Yeah, and the whole crafting element too. I mean, along with that same point, I mean, the stuff that we've seen on crafting, and I still, to be honest, I mean, we've seen a couple of videos and things. I really want to get my hands on that thing to really kind of understand it. But it looks like you're going to be able to essentially, um, you know, to the extent that you have materials and you have the blueprint, you're going to be able to kind of manufacture and essentially roll for those kind of special perks and things and talents on the weapons that you're trying to get, which is interesting. It's going to make farming for materials a thing. It's going to do all of that, which I think is good for the game. Good for.
Do you think that it will even touch a Fallout build system?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be in the Fallout world, like you could kind of get materials from anything. You could go in, which was kind of cool. You could see an old car and say, all right, I could probably get steel from that car.
It labeled it for you. It'd have a star next to it and say,
Yep.
hey, you need this.
Yep.
Which was a very cool thing that Bethesda did.
Yeah. But I think it's going to be like, if you want to make a shirt, you get 5 fabrics and you can make that shirt.
Okay.
If you want to.
Well, and we do know that materials are going to come from a couple of different places. I mean, you're going to be able to find them out in the wild, but they're also going to come from there's that kind of dismantling mechanic that's in the game as well, where you'll be able to kind of break things down and you can either sell them for currency or you can break them down for crafting materials. So it adds kind of an interesting dynamic. I mean, it'll be interesting to see kind of how quickly the community centers in around those kind of god build type weapons, and the perfect kind of setup for the weapons that we're going to be chasing.
And then someone's going to come up with this great build, and then and this great weapon, and then that'll be OP, and then that's going to get moved and everything like that. So.
Yeah,
it'll be an evolutionary type of game, I think, as far as perks and as far as guns. Same thing.
Yep. And I mean, to the other points you mentioned, Graham, I mean, I think, there were some folks that were just kind of, when the beta was coming out, it's just a stress test thing. It's really just about the servers and stuff. I'm really happy to see, kind of an aggressive approach towards fixing some of the problems that people found. I mean, there were some videos that came out, like people were glitching through walls and glitching outside the map, and we know about Mr. Invisible from from Golden's exploits in the Dark Zone.
Absolutely, Mr. Hollow Man running around.
Mr. Hollow Man, yeah. But they're dealing with it and stuff, and I think that's a good sign, man. I think that's what we want from a developer when we're looking at a game that we're hoping to put a lot of time into. Is that they're going to listen to the community and kind of make changes as needed to make it a better experience. So I think all that stuff you mentioned is great.
Yeah, I think even like again, Mr. T said, we're sometimes whiny, but I think that these guys are actually listening to real people, or real complaints, saying, hey, look, this is not fair, and they're open-minded to the opinion, which is, again, we could be looking at a year from now and being like, yes, man, this last year we played like crazy, it was awesome, and then actually lasting the entire year and not losing our interest 8 months after, because I mean, it's happened before.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. I want. It being Valentine's Day and everything, I just want everyone to know I'm not afraid of commitment, man. I'm looking for a game to commit to.
Yeah. I want some hooks, man. I want to put it in there. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
I think we actually lost Graham here, so we'll try and get him back.
So that's what I've been trying to talk. I've been hopefully that he would show up, but obviously.
Yeah, I just noticed that he was gone, so that's it's not very observant by me. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the patch notes here and just see if there's anything else we want to.
Yeah, I got them up too, but I unfortunately didn't get to play the closed beta, even though I fully planned on it.
Yeah, you had that unexpected.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Trip. It couldn't have been at a worse time too. We were like all hyped up, ready to go, and all of a sudden you were like, "All right, see you guys. I'm leaving. I'll talk to you in a couple weeks. Like, oh man.
Yeah, it's when work calls them.
Hey, when work calls, work calls.
You,
Yep.
you got to go. But I'm glad.
I was really hoping for a little more stamina from you guys on the DZR footage there.
Oh man.
Yeah. So it was funny, man, because we were having some trouble. I just sent Graham another invite, so hopefully he'll jump back in here. We were having some trouble because we were originally streaming to Twitch, and then we were going to stream to YouTube because with YouTube it kind of automatically captures the footage for us and stuff. But we'll get our act together for this next beta. Hopefully we'll have a pretty consistent streaming presence.
What's the date on that? And then my second question is maybe hopefully you guys can answer me because I might be in the situation. So I've been playing some other games and I deleted my beta. So am I gonna be? What do I need to do as far as getting back in? Right?
Well, it's open. It's going to be an open beta, so you should be able to just download it.
Just jump right in. Just jump right back in. All right. Okay.
You just gotta. It's gonna be downloadable on the 16th, and then I think Xbox opens up on the 18th, and then we have 19, 20, and then the last day is 21.
So we're looking at 3 day, or are we looking at a 3-day deal? Are they going to let me download before it comes out like they did last time, which again was a very cool move?
Yeah, it'll be you can. It was saying where was I looking at it? Something I was just reading. It was talking about the day. I think the 16th is when we can. Maybe that's Xbox, but yeah, it's about.
That's got to be Xbox.
It's about 2 days or a day before.
Then
it opens.
We're next. Yeah,
download.
We're next.
And if you still had it from the closed beta, you wouldn't have to re-download it. You just.
That's okay. I'll just download it again.
But
that's fine.
It'll be open now, so it won't be a big deal. We'll just grab it off the PlayStation Store on the day or two before it opens up.
Pretzel, you're gonna like it. I'm telling you, man. You're going to like it. It's
hopefully,
not bad.
Hopefully, I'm here for this one too. I don't know.
I know that's.
But if I am, I'm really looking forward to getting that experience. I really missed out. Was upset I didn't get to play with you guys. I was hoping to watch you a little more because the time I did get to watch, I had a blast watching you guys. And then, there's 3 times I managed to get on it because of my hours were way off from you guys.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, you were like 12 hours off. Yep.
Yeah, so I was trying to get. Whenever I found a moment, I'd run down and hop on a computer and catch you guys on, but it'd be offline. And of course they are. Of course they are.
Man, going rogue.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, we'll take your kind of. We've registered your official complaint about the streaming, and we're going to try and do a little better this time around. I think, guys, let's just take a quick break here, and let's see if we can get Golden Graham back. All right. Yeah, so we're back. I think we're having some technical issues tonight, but I think we got it worked out. Everybody is here and accounted for. We definitely made some progress on the patch notes. We've got we'll put in the show notes. We'll put the link to where you can get kind of all the patch notes. If you just Google it, you should be able to find it. Anybody else have anything on the patch notes while we're here?
I had been scanning through it, and I noticed there was one. Where's it at? Adjusted player movement speed while running with a grenade in hand, which I don't know if everybody caught it or even if you guys did, but there was a guy in particular I watched while the beta was running that it was something he did constantly. He figured out that if he switched to movement with grenades, with a grenade equipped in his hand, he ran faster and was actually able to chase people down easier because of it. So I'm assuming it's going to be that they made it so you're slower and get rid of that little advantage to holding a grenade while running.
Yeah, normally you would think running around with a grenade would be a tactical disadvantage.
I mean,
running around invisible with a grenade in your hand.
Tactically it was, but it's a speed advantage. You would have to switch back to a weapon, but he definitely got around a lot faster. It was funny. Everybody kept coming in and were like, "Why are you running around with a grenade?" Because I'm faster.
Yeah. Anything else on the patch notes, guys, or do we want to move on?
I think they're great. I think I'm very happy with it, and I think it's going to be good.
I just love these patch notes.
I do.
You're
I
the
like
best.
them.
You're the
They
best.
It
do good.
looks like everybody overall is happy with their.
I think, dude, I'm so excited because finally, yes, maybe we might have a decent game on our hands. Hallelujah.
We're gonna play it either way, so.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, next topic. I know, Pretzel, you brought it up. You'd seen some stuff this week, and there's certainly been some discussion in the community around what kind of clan systems are going to be in the game. What'd you have on that?
At the moment, it's kind of weak. There's some noise about not having a clan member cap, but as far as how that affects in-game, I'm not really sure. The stuff I've watched and read so far, I need to read. I'm trying to delve into it a little more. I was still brushing up on it while we were starting this feed. It seems there's definitely going to be website support from the game, like official website support, maybe similar to Bungie's support with Destiny. I haven't seen anything about clan tags, but I would assume there's going to be some if they're talking about clans in general.
Yeah, I mean, what I've seen a little bit on this. I think I'd seen kind of similar things that you had. It was primarily going to be a web-based kind of clan system. I mean, they know. Look, all of us. The reason we're kind of here talking is because because of the way the clan system was in Destiny. And I think for a game that's meant, I mean, they say over and over that, you can play this game solo. But look, we all know this game is meant to be shared. It's meant to be a social game. And if you're going to do that well, I mean, you have to have some kind of a clan system, in my opinion. I think they know that. So, I think it's more going to be, let's see kind of what they came up with and how it works. The only thing for me is I don't know that I necessarily want a clan tag in the Dark Zone. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but to the extent that that kind of not letting other people know that you're rolling together could be of a tactical advantage. I don't know that I necessarily want to have my clan tag just kind of out there all the time, but at the same time, it's kind of a nice thing to have, I guess.
I'm sure it could be like an option you could turn off. That's in a lot of online PvP heavy or MMO types. There's an option to turn that kind of stuff off, like titles and tags and all that. But hey, I'm all about letting them see that JUI was stomping them and taking their gear.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, JUI is actually the clan that we're all a part of. Was a Destiny clan, and we're rolling right into Division with it. But yeah, it stands for Jumping Under the Influence, and if you've done the Vaulted Glass raid, you know the jumping puzzle. And the first time we all went through it, we had a guy that was under the influence, and I think we sat there for, it had to be 45 minutes for him to finish the jumping puzzle. But just a kind of little anecdote, it's where we got our name. But I think the point is, the clan system can really bring players together, and I think in a social game, that's what you want to do. Hey, yeah. Moving on to kind of you got anything else on that, Pretzel?
I was just going to say, until something more official gets sorted out or we're made aware of it, for anyone who's looking to preload with a clan or something like that, divisionclans.com seems to be a pretty well done up site to check out. They seem to have a lot of people already registered on there.
Nice. Perfect. And yeah, and that's, it's exciting too to see kind of these third party and outside folks, working to kind of put some tools in place and things in place, build the community around the game. It's one of the things I really loved about Destiny, and I'm glad to see it kind of happening here with the Division. Hey guys, last topic I want to make sure we touch on tonight. Another kind of big thing this week was the rumors swirling around about the Riker's Island raid. Rumored. So I think we should probably qualify that right away, that none of this has been confirmed, but there was a pretty elaborate kind of description on Reddit that was talking about that there was going to be some kind of a raid type experience on Riker's Island, and that was going to be part of the end game. Look, we've talked about it a couple of times. I mean, I really hope to see some kind of a raid in this game. Golden, I know you're on the same page with that.
Bring it on. Oh man, with the matchmaking that I've seen just with the beta, and people just wanting to basically, grind it. Yeah, an end game would make this game amazing. And I think without an end game, and if they can do anything that even touched, I hate to do it, Vault of Glass, then we're in for a really good time.
Yeah, I agree. I think just a couple of things on that, and you can go and if you Google it, you'll see. I mean, a number of folks have done some videos. I know Robbie over at Open World Games did one on this rumor. There's a number of other folks that have mentioned it. I think there's a couple things from my perspective. We don't know yet whether this is valid. We won't know for a while. I can totally see the scenario where the raid, quote unquote, doesn't drop until a couple of weeks after the game launches. But I will say this. I mean, Riker's Island, to me, and I don't know how much you guys know about it. I actually visited it once, but it's this kind of island. It's about 400 or so acre island, and there's a pretty famous kind of a prison, correctional facility there. And I mean, in terms of cover shooters, again, we've kind of talked about it before, but it's the kind of setting I think that could make for a really dynamic experience. I will say this though, and I don't want to speak too firmly here in case it turns out to be wrong, but where Rikers Island is actually located, it's actually kind of northeast, significantly northeast from where the rest of the map is right now. And it's kind of up by like LaGuardia Airport up that way. And I just don't know. I mean, the one thing that makes me kind of doubt this rumor is, they've made a big deal about the lack of load screens in this game. And there's going to be continuity, and that they're not going to break the experience with load screens and stuff. I don't know how you would get to Rikers Island, which is way outside the play zone, and still keep that continuity, unless they're going to make an exception for the end game, and say, well, this is a raid, this is something special, we're going to put you to playing for it.
I saw. I guess I didn't see anything, but the one of the videos I caught while I was checking into this one was guy was saying that it'd be helicopter infill, like when you start the game, and you'd get dropped off in the city.
Yeah, I guess there is some precedent for it, and I mean, I can see them doing it. There would be some pluses to that as I think about it. I mean, for one, you could kind of section off the raid experience and really control it a little better. Which I think could be a plus when you're really trying to execute, particularly if there's mechanics and things involved, to try and just do something like that in the middle of the kind of ongoing world where there's other players and all kinds of other stuff. I mean, I can see how that would be really challenging. So maybe they will section it off. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'd be excited. I'm definitely pumped if it does happen to be able to get together pretty much the entire core group of our guys and be able to tackle something fun with everybody and not have to exclude anyone until the clan gets bigger.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we've seen different things in terms of what the size will be. The general kind of rumor that's been out there for a long time is 8-man teams, which would be good. I think that's a good number. And then I've seen some folks that have said up to 4 additional 4-man teams. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. On the other hand, this could be completely not true. There might be no raid, no end game of that nature.
Oh man, there's got to be something though. I mean, otherwise this game just doesn't have legs. If there isn't some kind of strong end game, and it's got to be more than the Dark Zone to me for this thing to really kind of have longevity with players.
Yeah, we could grind that down within a week and be done with it.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody wants that. So, all right, let's go around the horn and pick up some closing thoughts. We'll go to gold. Well, I guess one other thing. We'll be looking to stream a good portion of this beta on a couple of different places where you can find us. Check in with our Twitter. at Dark Zone Report. That's where we'll be posting any kind of news and updates on when we're streaming, where we're streaming, all of that. And as always, look, if you want to get involved with the show, we'd love to have questions, comments. Love to have some listener kind of input into the show. You can get us at dzrmailbag@gmail.com. Get us on Twitter at Dark Zone Report. And guys, closing thoughts. Golden Graham, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm jonesing for some more division, man. So I'm excited for the 19th to come, and I hope it's another fun experience hanging out with you guys and playing, and hope I can make the best of it. So I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretzel, what do you got? Any kind of final thoughts?
Yeah, just double checked it. It's gonna be, like we were saying, for Xbox guys the 18th and the 19th for PS4 guys, and you should have access a day or two before to preload. And we'll have till the 21st. And hopefully, if I have anything to say about it, if I'm here playing that weekend, I will probably be playing very constantly and hopefully keep a stream rolling nonstop if I can manage it.
There you go. You can carry the load where the rest of us slacked while you were away, and keep that stream going. That'd be great. Another thing I just want to mention to everybody is that we actually had this past week. It was pretty cool. We had somebody that was looking for folks to play with. They were on Xbox. All of us are PS4 players. But they basically reached out to us on Twitter and said, hey, looking for some people to play with. And we were able to kind of, through the other people we know, hook them up with some players and stuff. So if you guys are looking for players or somebody to play with, absolutely drop us something on Twitter, drop us something on email, and we'll do the best we can. As our kind of listener base is expanding, our network's expanding, we definitely want to kind of be a part of hooking you guys up and building the community with the game. So if that can benefit you, you look for players, just let us know, and we will try and help you out. Let's go to Golden Boy. Final thoughts.
So here's the deal, fellas. We're looking at the 19th. It's in my phone now. Division beta. We're all going to be on. Doesn't matter. I'm going to make time for it. Happy Valentine's patch notes. I love you. You did great. I think they did an amazing thing. I'm looking forward to it. Again, here, let's pull this thing up right here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 days until the next beta. I can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Golden Boy is printing out the patch notes now, and I believe they are going to go cuddle together, which would be great.
Smoochy moochy.
Just don't get any paper cuts, man. That's unfortunate.
Not down there, no.
Yeah, I did read that men sleep better if they cuddle, so go for it, bud.
All right, that's going to do it for us on that odd note. We want to thank everybody for listening. We love doing this show, and we're glad that there's some people out there that want to listen to it. You can find us on iTunes. Find us on Twitter. You can find us on YouTube. We are a lot of places. And as always, we're really thankful that, you guys are into the show, and we're happy to do it. And, please feel free to like and subscribe and leave reviews on iTunes and tell your friends. And we can just kind of keep this thing growing. It's been a blast so far, and we got big plans for the future. So until then, have a great week, everybody. Make sure you check out the 3-minute update that'll be out this week, and then look for the stream. What's that? Somebody's making signs at me. You got something to say, Golden Graham, or are you just gonna?
I'm just doing the D Z R.
Yeah, guys.
Yes.
It is. It's really late.
It's real.
At night here,
Yo, the Brotherhood
Yeah,
is
R is
real,
R.
son. Do it again.
R is-
All right, let's
R
do
is-
it. Hey,
R is
yo,
R.
come on, let's see it one more time. Hey, come on, you can edit
D.
it. Let me see it. Let's see it. There it is.
D
We need a hoodie.
C
Facebook.
D R.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, fellas. Well, I think that's it. It was great to hang with you guys, and love doing the show. And so we'll see everybody next week. And until next time, be safe out there, and we will
Big
see
up
you.
to Danthrax. Thank you, brother. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm trying to do a nice ending here, and I've got Graham doing sign language. I've got you cutting it. It was nice of you to say, but let me finish the close.
Listen, I was doing a silent in the background hilarity thing. You call
It's
it
very distracting.
It was quite influential for us. Sorry.
All right, it's 1:41 in the morning, and we are all falling asleep. So thanks again, guys. Take care, and we'll see you next time on Dark Zone Report.
Peace to the Middle East.